And a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Francisco. I'm a life coach. I'm a spiritual coach. I am here assisting in the ascension process. I live in Sedona, and I know some of you know me. I have a big presence on Facebook, and I'm trying to expand here to a new platform. So let's talk about you. Let's not talk about me. How to detox. How to detox, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people are having this question on how to detox. And there's so many components to detoxing, right? There's mind, body, and soul detox. Now, one thing that we want to remember always is that detoxing is a forever thing. We're currently ingesting, and we're always ingesting and detoxing, and we're always in this kind of cycles. There's never a time where you're fully detoxed forever. Right? There's no it never ends and it never begins. So you're kind of in the middle here detoxing. And one thing that is important for us to understand is what kind of detox are we doing? Are we doing a body detox, a mind detox, a soul detox? Now, you might say, well, soul detox, what does that look like? Well, mind and body, because the soul is asking you to detox your mind and your body. So one thing I always say when it comes to the mind, we want to detox things that do no longer serve us. This is a very thing that goes out there, right? It's a rhetoric that we always say, leave people that do no longer serve you. Declutter things around your house. A mind detox is really making sure your space is clear. So here are some things that you could do to detox mind. One, get rid of people that do no longer serve you. We don't want to have people around us that are draining our energy. There's nothing wrong with you by setting boundaries, and there's nothing wrong with you saying no. And if people have this alternative way of manipulating you, they're going to force you in a state of empathy so that you feel guilty for saying no. And that should be your red flag immediately to say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do this. I'm not a bad person by choosing myself. Self-love is a big thing that we need to practice. Self-love means I choose myself. Self-love means that I am not gonna people please everyone else, but I will see what I can do for you. But that doesn't mean I have to jump coals to be your friend, right? So very important, the first thing is mind, and we wanna detox the people around us. Do not, I repeat, do not, a big no, don't feel guilty for saying no to people. I want you really to say, I'm innocent, I'm choosing myself. There's no guilt in this by me choosing me. But if I choose other people, I'm not choosing myself. And that is an act of self-betrayal. We do not want to betray ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. We want to be honest. We want to be authentic. And there's nothing wrong with you by saying no. But some people will say, well, aren't you supposed to help me? Aren't you supposed to do this? Aren't you helping everyone? Why don't you help me for free? Well, because people love themselves. And there's a lot of people out there that might have sequences integrated in their routine that are not service to others, and they're more service to self. For example, you have people that don't want to charge for any of the services because they expect it for free, because they expect a free world. Ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't exist everywhere you go. You don't have free for all. Not even Egypt or Lemuria, you work for free. You did anything for free. You live for free if you go exchange energy with your society. But what are you currently contributing to your society? So let me get back to topic. So very important, detox people that do no longer serve you. How does being your friend, how are you being friends with them serve you? Or how does that serve them? Because maybe it just only serves them when they don't serve you. And then that is I'm your friend, but at what exchange? It should be unconditional, but also, are they using you? Or are you being used? And are you allowed to be used? Are you giving your power away to people to tell you how to be? Are you giving your power away on this video for you to know what you need to do? A little bit, because I'm telling you, but you're kind of discerning what serves you, what I'm saying, and what doesn't serve you. Great. So the next thing we want to detox, so mind. So now let's continue about mind. We want to detox negative thoughts. Okay, so when I recommend with negative thoughts, I want you to, we're in this constant pattern of a narrative. So what is not changing is your narrative. We're not changing your narrative. Your narrative is always this same sequence. When I say sequence, a pattern it's like a packet of thoughts. So when you are in a sequence pattern thinking that is negatively polarized, that is expansive in that polarity, which means that you are not going to go positive because you're on a negative polarity presentation, negative energy will negate itself from existence. I repeat, negative energy will negate itself from existence, which means that 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and so on into that polarity, because that is non-expansive. So negative thoughts get you there. And a negative thought is actually, it's like a snowball effect. It just gets bigger, and then it picks up another negative thought, and then they go hang out together in the snowball, right? And then it gets bigger and bigger, and then there is a fall at the end. And that's your tower, devil, death moment. And we want to really, sometimes it's necessary. You need to get there. I think a lot of us have had the night darkened of the soul. We've all had this kind of challenges that lead us to astray of the light, or into such negative, dark places that we have to go that low to come and see us again. So I want you to change your narrative. Now, you might not have a lot of faith. That's the issue, root chakra issue. I am safe. Faith is knowing. Hope is on its way to faith. So I hope you understand what I'm saying, and I have faith that you will. I know that you're changing, but you have to practice positive thinking. We say practice what we preach, but it takes practice to practice something. This is no different from a workout at the gym. This is no different from anything. I need you to practice what you preach, but that takes practice. So don't feel bad if you snap at your husband yesterday because he didn't do what you asked him. I'm practicing patience. I'm practicing allowing. I understand. So continue, because you're still practicing self-love, which is patient with the self and compassion. Self-love equals compassion. We don't tell the lady to cross in the street, hurry up and cross the street. No, you're compassionate because you're patient with the old lady that you're assisting now. So who's the old lady? You. Why? Because you're being patient with yourself. I want you to practice patience, which is compassion, right? So mind, we need to get rid of these negative thoughts. I want you to say, I'm allowing now to change my life. I'm allowing to detox my mind. I'm allowing myself to experience another version of myself. But you gotta allow yourself to introduce that. And that means we have to surrender some thoughts that do no longer serve me. They serve me to get to this video, and now they don't serve me no more, right? So when it comes to mind, let's get rid of negative thoughts. That's number 2, negative thoughts. Number 3, another thing when it comes to the mind is, toxic relationships that are codependent, but also what kind of habits are we having? So number 3, I would say habits. What kind of sequences are built in your brain, a neural pathway. When you make a choice, when you choose something, you create a neural pathway in your brain called a habit. After 2 weeks, when you keep choosing that choice over and over again, what happens is that you subconsciously program yourself. This is what we call programming. Now, very important, what I want you to try is to program yourself again. Now, the problem and the challenge is that people say, well, I have a chemical imbalance, I'm depressed. But that was brought to you by yourself, because choosing no choice is a choice. So you're choosing to choose nothing. And there we remain kind of in a sedentary and not very in motion state of consciousness. So I highly recommend that we do the following, that you choose something. Now, people are very overthinking. They overthink. And I will do a video on how to stop overthinking. That has to do a lot with your sacral chakra. Overthinking with the sacral, what if scenarios, creative energy, and it comes all from your sacral. So what I really want you to do now is to practice, really releasing this stagnation. I need you to choose, and I need you to just do it. If you are going to make a compulsive choice, I need you to choose something that serves you. So we're not going to overthink anymore. I want you to practice making a choice without overthinking too much. I'm going for a walk, and that's it. Or I'm going to buy this. Should I buy wine? Just buy the wine. Just don't overthink it, but know why you're overthinking it too. But let's not do too much overthinking, because that is also an act of self-betrayal. Because again, what does not stay in motion does not stay in balance. And what does not stay in balance does not stay in harmony. So very important right now for you to practice making a choice. And choosing, no choice, is a choice. So when you say, I'm not going to decide anything, you decided to decide nothing. So very, very important. So number one, mind, get rid of people that no longer serve you. Two, let's stop this stagnation of thinking too much and choosing something. And three, we need to, get rid of negative thoughts and practice allowing yourself to love yourself. Wonderful. All right, so we wrap that first segment. Second segment, body. How do we detox the body? Oh my God, I get this all the time. I have a massive following on Facebook, and I always tell people what to eat and what we should avoid. Now, a lot of people have so many things about meat, eating meat. Should I eat meat? Should I drink milk? Should I do dairy? Guys, Ascension is it's not one size fits all. Ascension serves everyone differently. So maybe some people want to have meat. Some people don't want to eat meat. Some people can do dairy, and some people are lactose intolerant, right? So we want to be able to, what works for you. Now, the challenge here is that you're just waking up. The challenge is that you're just starting this journey. So I want you to do like a 90-day detox. And that's a challenge. Like, Jesus, so they say they went into the woods and did a 90 days, 90 nights, whatever, alone, and he got tempted by the devil. It's kind of the same thing I'm asking now. Can we do a 90-day detox? Now, it's a lot I'm asking because we're cutting cold turkey many things, right? I'm writing notes, sorry. And we're cutting cold turkey many things here. But that's why I want you to go with what your body needs. For example, in New York City, when I woke up, I said, I need to detox. And I heard that you need to avoid. These are the foods you need to avoid. And this is what I did. So if you have the guts to do this, let's go. Foods to avoid: meat, wheat, dairy, soy, canola oil, high-toast corn, fruit syrup, white sugar, white salt, caffeine, any kind of pharmaceuticals that are SSRIs, like antidepressants. I mean, if you're in a histamine or a benzo, that is passenger, but the other one changes your neural pathway in your brain. So, it really kind of keeps you stuck on the antidepressants. You have to wean off them slow. So that is a long-term commitment, and that's something we should detox to so that we can really get to know who you really are. Antidepressants, it builds a bridge between the problem. It's like a roundabout, but we're not looking at the issue in the center. So, but if you're an antidepressant, they're working great. Nothing changes. I want you to continue. So detoxing the body. Very important. Okay, so what happened to meat? What's the issue with meat? Well, meat has no life force. That's the issue. When you eat banana grew into a banana, but animal did too. But then you don't eat dead banana, but you do eat dead animal. So when you eat dead animal, you're eating like, your carpet, you could say. It's kind of like there's no life energy there, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing there. It's almost like the suit. You're eating like the jacket or my shirt, but you're not eating me. You understand? So that's kind of the ideology here where I'm going with this. When you're eating banana and vegetables and fruit, you're eating life force that is not dead. It's alive. It's vibrating. It has color. So you need to really kind of ask yourself, is the meat serving me now? Should I stop eating meat? I mean, it's just to see who you are, because if you can't ditch the meat, it's like being an alcoholic maybe. Can you stop eating meat, wheat, dairy, soy, canola oil, high-dose corn, fruit syrup, white sugar, and salt? Can you do 90 days on a raw vegan diet? If you can, congratulations, you have no attachments. It's almost like I'm healthy and I can choose to be healthy, and I'm not bound by any foods, and I don't have any attachments to foods that keep me bound to my stagnant energy, right? So very, very important. When it comes to the body, guys, so the body is the mind over body, right? And as you do the body detox, you're gonna feel happier. You're gonna feel lighter. You're not gonna be bloated. Wheat is not green, it's yellow, but it has a little life force, because out of there they make bread, and bread doesn't grow on a tree, so it doesn't have a chakra system. It doesn't have this life force that expands. It doesn't have that. So then you have, for example, banana, though banana does, because banana grew into banana and it's still banana. Versus bread, well, that doesn't grow on a tree. Animal grows into animal, but we don't eat dead plants. You don't eat that plant, but you do eat that animal. I have fish and chicken once in a while, and I do have it probably all the time. I eat meat and I don't eat meat. That's my preference, both. Like, I'll avoid it, but I'll eat it when I call for it. But see, for you it's different, maybe because you're just waking up, so you want to get to know yourself without this. What is it? Who are you without meat, wheat, dairy, soy, canola, oil, hydrogen, comfort, zero by sugar, and salt? Alcohol. Who are you? Who are you without your toxic narcissist husband? Who are you without you're worrying about your kids? Who are you before you had children? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a business owner in Sedona, and I help people with this process all the time. I help them understand who are they without these attachments. Who are you without this? Who are you without that? I really want you to tap into this body. And as you go through there, you're gonna start kind of finding the cobwebs. It's like, oh, there's this envy, or I'm stuck in gluttony, or I'm stuck in lust and desires. And then all of a sudden, all this stuff comes into surface, because when we're eating unhealthy foods, it keeps you grounded. Why do you eat so many foods sometimes? Because I don't make peace with myself before I go to bed at night. I don't want to make peace, so you drink or you have food coma, so the next day comes. But that is not a healthy way to go to sleep. We need to make peace with the day before you go to bed. I want you to cut cords before you go to bed. Oh, that happened to me today, but I make peace with it. And if it's something that still hurts, I want you to become aware of that hurts, and then carry over to the next day to make peace with it. But let's not overcomplicate things here, ladies and gentlemen. Body. Let's stop with the dairy, the soy and the canola oil and the meat. I would do salads instead. Salad. I would get the fake cheese. I call it New Age cheese. New Age cheese, New Age bread, gluten-free bread. I don't want you to tease yourself either. I don't want you to say, oh, I'm having pizza, fake pizza, like New Age pizza made out of no dairy and no gluten. So that's kind of like a non-alcoholic beer. If we're going to stop drinking, let's not tease ourselves with 2% alcohol beer. I want you to maybe do more greens. And there's so many recipes, guys. So many recipes that you could do. You could eat quinoa, rice. You could do mushrooms. You could do what's it called, the other one? Bok choy with mushrooms and onions. You could do, but see, see now, if you're eating those foods and you're getting kind of cranky, I call that the carb fever, the carb flu. Your body's gonna start saying, what is going on? There's a chemical change. And maybe you're gonna get a little bitchy, like no patience, because you don't have your comfort food. But that's where the lesson is then, because we seek patience, and then that means that there's an attachment to the food, and there is the message. So if I am becoming aggravated and I need to have my foods to be well, then that's an issue. Because that means that you have an attachment to those things and conditions to be yourself, and therefore we're not raising your vibration. This raises your vibration when you avoid these foods, because your body is operating at another level. Remember, when you're eating bread, it doesn't have color. It doesn't have any life force. It has very little life force because it didn't grow into a bread bun. Banana, apple, and all the other fruits and vegetables did. Animal did too, but again, you don't eat that plant, but you do eat that animal. And again, that's just the suit. It's like you're not having me, but you're eating my shirt. So that's not, that is healthy, but you can have meat later, but can we not have it for 90 days? Now, a lot of people are going to have kind of challenges at the beginning with this, because they're going to say, oh my God, like I'm feeling ill, I'm like throwing up, I'm dizzy. Know that those are symptoms of withdrawal, like any other drug. You drink alcohol 2 weeks in a row, you're going to be ill by the time you stop, so you need to keep drinking to be well. The same thing with food. Some foods, your body depends on those sequences, chemicals, for your body to function. So when you stop giving your body those toxins, it gets ill. It's like purges it. But you're returning to a more high vibrational state. So the contrast is the challenge. I hear people say, I have to eat these things. Well, if you have to eat these things, you have an attachment to them. You should be no attachments. I want you to do this detox, and I want you to see who you are, and then you could go back and pick what you want to eat out of the menu. But for now, 90-day detox challenge, I will introduce to you. Great, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just starting this how-to series. I'm so excited to have you on this channel. So this was how to detox. I'm going to put the link on the description below with my website, kindloveandspiritual.com. And I want you to make an appointment with me if you have any questions. And, I'm going to put also my Facebook groups where we have their star workers and my Facebook business page where you could follow me on my live streams there as well. So very, very important, guys, how to detox this video was. Thank you very much for allowing me to serve you this evening, morning, or night. Wherever you are, like always, be kind, be loving, and be spiritual. And may truth, light, and love be with you. Until next time, Star Worker.